to the Game 3 of Week 4, Day 2 of the League of Legends Amateur Open. Welcome, everybody. It is now Catfights Slow Motion Classic versus Beach Kings Gaming. First ban is Thresh.
Yeah, that's right. We had a bit of a delay there. They couldn't get a hold of them, so they had to do a last-minute substitute here. So they have DJ Swindler in here in part of what is it, Clarity, right?
Disparity.
Disparity. There we go. It was some type of name.
And yes, they were just in the last game. Disparity was actually the jungler playing Jarvan. Yes. Thresh ban, Nautilus ban. And actually, we're not entirely sure who the jungler is right now. I'm not sure if that's appropriate Nautilus ban since Disparity is gone now. Not sure who will be jungling or even who that's aimed at. A Zed ban now coming across towards, I believe that's Manahiki. And Manny, I believe he actually has played Zed in the past for this tournament last week, I believe. I don't really remember seeing it this week yet. Catfights might know something we don't about that ban. Blitzcrank again being thrown at Catfights. It's actually 2 hooks out of the picture. All 3 hooks out of the picture. 3 out of the 4 bans so far.
Yeah, we'll see what this last ban is here. But yeah, definitely a lot of, obviously, Zed that's focused on Matting here, or whoever. And yeah, they're trying to eliminate the hooks here. In this turn, it seems like a lot of the grabs have been a huge chain. Whoever's usually Thresh, I haven't actually missed out on that Nautilus game, I assume, because I don't remember that being played. But Thresh has definitely been an impact on this game, so they're trying to get that out of there because that has definitely been helping their ADCs, whoever has him on their side, help them snowball a little bit, it seems like.
Yeah, there were actually a lot of really clutch Thresh hooks last game. Westside Naxo, I believe, was on the Thresh, and he was catching out kill streaking quite a lot on that Graves. So that was really a lot of what lost them that game. It wasn't entirely what lost them the game, as well as the Revenant top lane did kind of beat out Foxy quite a lot. And really none of the lanes went in their favor past the 15-20 minute mark or so.
Yeah, but that Draven ban, I don't know, I feel like they might be getting that just out of the way. I don't feel like it's a strong ban, but probably just there's probably nothing else that they could really go for, I guess. Yeah,
and that's a straight up Nami pick. They didn't bother banning out. Matsing in this tournament so far has really been known for his Nami plays. About a 90% ratio of landing all those Aqua Prisons. So, and it's really probably just a steal away from them. I'm not entirely sure if Captain Skittles is really that good on Nami, so we'll have to see how he works with that. Now, Malphite and Jarvan being locked in for Beach Kings. We've seen that combo already today. Cataclysm on top of the Unstoppable Force is really just a good ultimate combo to get in, and we'll see what else they throw into that as well. Now Elise being hovered over here along with Nami. It's not a big wombo combo like we see already on Beach Kings getting started up, but Elise is a very strong champion right now, and it's not entirely surprising if we see that locked in.
Yeah, I mean, Elise is definitely, this is a top Malphite, which is the most standard Malphite, because that J4 is probably going to go in jungle. Elise actually stomps Malphite in lane, so that would be a very strong pick there.
Yeah, and actually, the Elise is swapped out to a Vayne, and a Jace as well for Juggajoxel. I was actually going to talk about the Elise being a decent counter to Malphite in lane. Malphite is usually known to build armor and health, whereas the percent health from something like an Elise, as far as magic damage is concerned, can really chunk Malphite down quite a lot early game. But we won't see that, and we instead see the Vayne locked in. Vayne Nami, a very potent combo in the bot lane. Aqua Prison into a Condemn is actually a really long CC chain that can get you down pretty quickly, and Vayne in the whole time is just melting you down with all the tumble auto attack resets, with the Silver Bolts. And the later the game goes, the more important the Aqua Prisons will be to land. As even the Jace can just jump on top of you as soon as you're stunned from that.
Yeah, now they're getting at MF, so really going with kind of that wombo combo ability here. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a possible Oriana, a Sona, just maybe even a Hecarim. Actually, no, Hecarim that won't be in the picture because top and jungle are taken. We're actually going with that Caitlyn there last second.
Yeah, swapping the Misfortune out for a Caitlyn there. Lala Cost, I believe, has actually played Caitlyn a few times already, so that's not entirely surprising to come out here. Matzing actually going for the Leona instead of his Sona that they were looking to combo with that. Both actually have very powerful stun ultimates. The Elise now locked in for catfights, but it's not the best synergy with Caitlyn and the kind of press R to win composition that Beach Kings already has. But Caitlyn is still really able to, especially if she gets a good lead in the early game, which Caitlyn's generally do over a Vayne, then she can just sit back and melt one target after the other with her auto attacks, as you see everyone on the other team getting locked up in the same area.
Yeah.
Elysian actually now locked in for catfights as well.
So, who do you think is going to be jungle in here? Do you think we'll be seeing a where do you think the lanes are going to be going here for catfight right now? Because they
I
have
can
Lee Sin, Jace, and Elise who all can intermingle with each other.
I can imagine it would be the Lee Sin in the jungle because right now Jason and Elise are just very powerful laners in the 1v1 situation. And it looks like even in the 1v2 situation, if they end up going for a lane swap or something, to get the Vayne away from a Caitlyn, especially away from the Caitlyn Leona, who can just really jump onto you and melt you and keep you down in the laning phase, if they get ahead, that's where it will be. And they'll probably just look to keep her safe, and they picked lanes, the solo lanes, that really are good to work with that.
Yeah, it looks like some swaps going on now. All right, definitely. I like that Karthus lock in because even if because their goal, I would say, is going to be they're going to have Malphite go in there, do his thing, and then Cataclysm is going to come down from Jarvan. At that point, it's going to be really easy for Karthus to get a lot of his Qs down and just stay close enough to put a lot of damage on. So even if Karthus does get burned down, he's still going to have his passive popped where he's going to be able to still do some Qs, drop an R down. So I really like this team comp that Beach Kings has brought out here.
Yeah, they really, even with the Karthus in there, it's really just a press R to win composition. They went through all their ultimates down one after the other. They also have that teleport in on Kenwin Jones now, so he's looking to make some plays all over the map and really just add to that global pressure that Karthus already brings to the game.
Yeah, but let's see now. Now the advantage that Catfights has though is they have a lot of maneuverability. They have two waves getting out of actually three waves getting out of J4 result, and I believe Nami's her wave that actually knocks champions out of the Cataclysm. I believe, doesn't it?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's just a knock-up. I don't think it actually gets any distance on it. The Lee Sin Dragon's Rage does, however. Uh,
Yeah.
it's actually funny. They have multiple ways of getting out of the Cataclysm, but they have multiple ways of knocking Jarvan out of his own Cataclysm. You have the... I forget what this skill is, but it's Jace's E, the knockback in the hammer form that knocks people back. You have Condemn and Dragon's Rage just to get people out of there. They also have a few jumps of their own. Lee Sin known for being very mobile. The Tumble from Vayne can actually get out of it. And really, everyone but Nami can get out of it on their own.
Yeah, so they have a pretty good counter for this. So as long as they can not get too wombo comboed, as cheesy as that sounds, they should have a fair chance here. I mean, because they have a very strong, like late game team also. So it's gonna be off. If it's gonna be up for Beach Kings here to get off that wombo combo, and it's gonna be up to Catfights here to do their best to survive that. If they can survive that without taking too much damage, they should be able to turn that fight around in their favor. And they also have a lot of dive potential to get on Caitlyn easily too.
But it's also a relatively squishy composition here for catfights. They can build tanky, but they're going to sacrifice a lot of potential damage. If they end up getting ahead, I can imagine, especially DJ Swindler and Captain Skills, building really damage heavy as opposed to going for a kind of supportish tank role in the middle of a fight. especially Lee Sins these days, not necessarily in the jungle, but we've seen a lot of Tiamats and Hydras on them recently. It's really just known to add to their damage, and it especially works with all the. I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of AoE potential for them there right now. You have a little bit from To the Skies, the Volatile Spiderling, but really all their damage is single target based. You're looking to pick them off one by one, and it's not really the best thing you want going against a team fight comp like this. They're looking to instead find picks one at a time and then force a numbers advantage fight against Beach Kings.
I agree completely. So I will give Beach Kings a slight advantage on team comp, but at the same time, I think Catfights definitely has a chance of winning this.
And they also have a little bit of poke in their favor. It's not really the best team to use poke against. It's really just in there from the Jace and a little bit from the Elise. But they can force actually an extended siege if they have to. Then again, think about it. Karthus and Caitlyn are really known for their wave clears. Karthus can just kind of sit in the middle of minions, or even if he can't sit in them, he can throw out lay waste and melt them really quickly late game. As well as the Piltover Peacemaker from a Caitlyn is known to just push waves back, and they can really hold off a siege if it comes to that. And now that we are into the loading screen, I will do my normal intimidation factor. Looks like we only see a Debonair Jace here so far for Catfights. Meanwhile, on Beach Kings, nope, I'm wrong. There's a Muay Thai Lee Sin. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but it's there. Commando Jarvan, Sheriff Caitlyn, and Phantom Karthus, in fact. 2-3. Looks like Beach Kings take it.
And no Beach Kings definitely takes it. That Phantom Karthus skin, that is a legacy skin now. I don't think that's one you can get anymore, am I correct?
I'm pretty sure you're right. I could be wrong. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is definitely discontinued right now, though.
So just waiting for everything to load up here. Still about halfway through for some members. Actually, kill streak a little bit behind. So hopefully won't be waiting too long here before we get into the action.
And while you're waiting, just want to remind you, below the stream we have several links for you to click on. You can register your team for the next week's tournament. You can actually sign up to help us or donate if you want to. There's a link there for the current tournament bracket. And we're actually in the second to last game of the day. This is the finals of the losers bracket we're in right now, and after this we have a best of 3 to decide the final for the tournament. So check out all that stuff down there. You can even find our Twitter and Facebook page, our YouTube channel that will be putting VODs up on there relatively shortly. It's just getting started as well, and just check all that out. Should be getting into game here now. Everyone is 100% loaded. Should be onto the Rift in the next couple of seconds or so. What do you expect from these teams early, do you think?
I think they're actually going to be going... I could see a potential lane swap coming from Catfights, but I really see that Beach King is going to stay with the standard. They're going to go with the normal lane, but I don't think anyone's going to be going too aggressive because they both have a pretty good level 1 comp. No one really that strong has a clear advantage, so it's pretty even, so they're probably both going to be passive. Pause comes out, though.
Yeah, not really sure what the deal is right now. As far as level 1 engagements go, it's really not too much crowd control potential. Remember, all 3 of the Hook champions were banned out. Blitzcrank, Thresh, and Nautilus all gone. Really, the biggest crowd control potential we have, as actually an unpause comes out really quickly here. That was pretty short. We really just have the bubble from Nami, maybe a cocoon from Captain Skittles if he decides to take that, but Elises generally don't start with that skill unless they're looking for an invade, and in fact he has not taken a skill point yet, so he's still waiting on that, still seeing if anything happens at level 1, if the other team wants to force anything right now. Beach Kings just actually looking to poke around. On the other side, we actually have only one real hard crowd control ability at the beginning, and that is the Shield of Daybreak. And he actually is getting spotted on a ward here. DJ Swindler just missing the Sonic Wave. Nothing really going to happen there. But they do know that Bush is warded right now. So Manny will to keep his distance and it's not really going to give away any positioning for the rest of his team. It's like both teams just really setting up a defensive starting lineup here. Joxel having a little bit of fun in that bush there with his. I don't know if that's his joke or what. I don't play Jason enough to know that.
I don't know exactly. It's kind of cool looking though. Definitely with that skin. He's like rocket jumping up.
Yeah, he was using the one of the emotes from Jace with that skin actually gets some confetti that we were. Yeah, there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he was showing that off earlier, and again right now, another ping on 2. It looks like Lollicost there. Foxy might have spotted him out, I believe, just sitting on the blue ramp. But it looks like they'll just leash the blue, give that over to Merlunio. Hopefully a smiteless leash for him. He should get that. Other side, we do have the same thing going now for DJ Swindler. He also was not forced to use smite as well, and it looks like we have normal lane matchups. No lane swaps coming out here.
Yeah. So at least against this Malphite, again, I feel that Malphite's going to have an issue in this lane. So maybe at least can start a snowball going on, because at least if she can get a lead, she'll be able to snowball big time in this lane, I feel like.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go back down to this bottom lane matchup here for a while. Matsing in particular, we've known him for the Nami plays, but now that he's against the Nami, he really has to use that experience on her to play against her in this matchup. Especially if he'll be able to jump on the Vayne. Foxy will have to be really on top of those Aqua Prisons just to keep his own AD carry safe in this laning phase. If he doesn't, that is a lane composition they can really snowball against the Vayne very easily. Lollicost can outrange Killstreaking very easily with the auto attacks. Matsing can jump on him, and especially post 6, just a random solar flare into his Zenith Blade Shield of Daybreak should be able to get him.
Like
DJ Swindler is lurking around here.
Yeah, gonna see if he can make some damage. Trying to get on. Oh, he actually lands the Q. Gonna put a lot of damage on Caitlyn. Caitlyn might be going down there. First blood going to Bing. Good job there by Killstreaking there.
Yeah, that was a max range Sonic Wave that DJ Swindler landed, and it really resulted in blowing the Flash and the first blood out of that Caitlyn. And that's a kill onto Vayne that was already in a dangerous lane matchup, and it should give Killstreaking a little bit of an edge. Here, he hasn't actually gone back to buy off that first blood yet. He's sitting on 800 gold. He could probably get the likes of Vamp Scepter or something to survive even longer in this laning phase. But right now, they're just both farming for now. And he's getting back the slight CS disadvantage he had against that Caitlyn already. It wasn't too big, and right now he's only 3 CS in the lead, but that's something a Caitlyn can still probably come back from at this point.
It looks like he's going to try to put some pressure now in the middle, doing some poke around that bush. Decides to back away though, it looks like. Meanwhile, if we look up top, we see that Malphite's almost at half HP. He's been chugging health pots now for a bit, trying to recover. But yeah, really having a hard time now.
Looks like
but he's keeping up the CS though, so good job.
Merlunio is looking for a gank. The Flash already had Captain Skills, so Flag Toss did catch him out. The Repel coming out, looks like he'll try to drop back, actually down in his same position. Red buff ticking though, he won't get away from this very easily. DJ Swindler trying to shield him up, but he does go down. Captain Skills, that spider, dropping to the flag from Jarvan.
Yeah,
not the flag.
That was unfortunate, but gives Malphite some breathing room. Try to get some CS now. Push this wave in a little bit since it should be pretty free.
Killstreaking going a little bit aggressive in this bot lane. He took Lollicost down to about half health or so. Remember, Killstreaking still has not gone back after that first blood. Meanwhile, Lollicost has, and actually Lollicost needs to ignite and waste the barrier. Bubble lands and the kill goes to Foxy after that. Now it looks like Matsing will get away from this. No real flash burn for him. He still has both his summoners available. Merlunio caught in the mid lane. No, Jugga is caught out. No cutting out. Everyone's jumping back and forth now. And everyone getting out safely with a little bit of low health here.
Yeah, so some really good ganks from the junglers here, trying to support their lanes. Some vision across the map, pretty good for the early stages of the game because no one's gone. Not too many people, I don't believe. Top just went back, but people are gonna come back now. Let's drop some more wards, get that vision. So we'll see how this goes on.
Yeah, Captain Skills actually didn't have a ward right before that engagement up top where he got cut out and went down to Merlunio. Now that vision, he has actually just won the river bush, so he's not going to see really into that tri bush. And Jarvan is one you have to ward kind of a little more strategically against, because he can get over walls. If the Tri-Bush was warded, he could go over the back of the Baron pit and get in. As long as the lane doesn't push too hard against Kenwin Jones, then Jarvan would be able to find a gank through the lane. He's just really a slippery jungler that can get into gank position fairly easily with his EQ combos. But nothing really happening for now. A bunch of vision now is down for... I already forgot the name. So you guys can see it on stream. I can't. It's
Catfights or Beach Kings? Okay.
Catfights is blue side and Beach Kings is in the red corner. So yes.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I forget these names. Looks like Merlonio is actually looking for some action down in the bot lane, sniffing around the red buff, but it's not available for him. He does ward that up, and he looks like he's just going to back out for now. Still not level 6. He's only level 4, so he doesn't have Cataclysm available yet to go after the bot lane of Catfights just yet. But he is still sniffing around this jungle in the mid lane area. But he will back off and actually probably get his blue buff over to Manny right now. By the way, Manny has just hit level 6 recently. He does have Requiem available, so that global pressure is now there in place for Beach Kings. Teleport hasn't been used for Kenwin Jones either, so he can join a fight if one decides to break out somewhere else across the map that he can join really quickly.
Not sure if you caught that or not, but Milano actually got that blue buff on accident. He must have the masteries where the minions attack him and take the buff. Because the Q came out from Karthus, it hit him, and then he got it without a swing. So, pretty unfortunate for him. Karthus is really dependent on that blue buff, so gonna be a little behind now.
Yeah, it looks like Matsing actually getting caught out by a Condemn here. He should go down to a couple more auto attacks. Flash forced out. Killstreaking steps on a trap. Auto attack for Foxy will actually pick that kill up. One more auto on Lawcost would take him down, but he's safe behind his turret. Potion taking up, and he'll get out. Only the kill going down to the support there. But that's actually the second kill for Foxy in this lane. He's a carry Nami right now. 2-0-1 with the 1-0-2 on his Vayne. All the kills now in that bot lane that we were really talking up. Oh, actually, Stoppable Force in the top lane. Captain's Skill's getting knocked up again. He'll go down to this double buff Jarvan. Actually, Kenwin chose the Ignite right there at the end. He might still go down. Nope, it will not. He will be safe.
Yeah, yeah, it came down to about 40 HP there. Luckily, that shield just broke right there. So without that, what is that passive called?
Finally, we have an engagement going down here.
Yep.
Lawcast actually forced the barrier to keep himself alive. Now teleports down. Kenwin Jones is here. He doesn't have Unstoppable Force. He just used it in the top lane. But he should be able to slow Killstreaking down, or at least force the flash out. Now DJ Swindler is joining the party. Killstreaking flashes over the wall. They're looking to disengage here. They don't have their AD carry for the time being, as he did just disengage. But now Requiem comes out. And I'm going slow. Requiem did not quite finish off Lawcost there. He did use the barrier. Matsing low under his own turret now. Actually, Lawcost getting dropped to an auto attack from Jugga Joxel. Double kill now onto the Leona. That's a 3-for-1 in their favor. They might force a dragon or even a turret off of this, but Manny is now caught out. He's getting caught out by the Resonating Strike. One more poke should do it. He is burning down from the red buff. If DJ Swindler can get in there again, but no. Looking for a Shock Blast combo onto the Karthus, but he is behind the wave of minions. Should be safe. Now that Merlonio's around here, he should take out Jugga. He will go down. DJ Swindler hops over the wall, forces the flash. Demacia from Merlonio. DJ Swindler would get away safely though, because he at least saved the blind.
Yeah, then he does his Sonic Wave onto Resonating Strike there to get to this Dragon Pit there. Really nice juke there. Still trying to escape here, but should be able to get out of here fine.
Yeah, a lot was actually burned in that very extended engagement. Flashes all over the place. Actually, I think the only one with their flash still available after all that is Foxy, and actually Manny as well. So a lot down that they're both junglers are going to look to capitalize off of really soon if they want to. Killstreaking has actually been playing this matchup against the Leona fairly well. He's been dodging out most, if not all, of the Zenith blades that Matsing has thrown out. He's really kept himself safe from that. Matsing still hasn't hit level 6. There's no solar flare engagements yet. He's not even really close to level 6. He's pretty much just at level 5.
Ooh, Unstoppable Force comes up here onto Captain Skittles now from Kinway. Kinway gonna back off now. gonna get some support from his other allies here, and Jarvan actually picks up the kill.
Yeah, that's the third time that he's been getting to the top lane. Tidal Wave comes out in bot lane though. Foxy is taking a lot of return damage. Ace in the hole used but not finished off, and Killstreaking is actually disconnected, so we do see a pause.
Yep. So it's a pretty good game so far. I mean, it's 6-5, and it's about a K.5 gold lead for blue side right now, or I'm sorry, Cat Fights right now. So it's still anybody's game. Still no towers down, so definitely we have the potential now to see a real long game, I feel like.
I can imagine it looks like Catfights is looking to siege down on this bot turret now. They do know that Jarvan was up around the top area as well as Karthus, so it's a 4v2 in their favor for the time being. And the turret is down about a third of its health currently, and especially with the Jace, the hypercharge, the Vayne when she reconnects, should be able to take it down pretty quickly. And we can imagine that would be the first turret of the game, and it gives Catfights a little bit of a presence around this dragon now. It hasn't gone down quite yet, so either team could actually look to make that a focus relatively soon.
Yep, and there we go. We got pings for Dragon now, so should be seeing that attempt going on soon. Looks like Leona might know that something's going on here. It's chilling up right now. It should be dropping the wicket shortly, though, I would assume.
Yeah, everyone left the lane there for Catfights, and they really had the idea going on. Matson caught by a bubble, though, and nothing happened. Going back to laning as usual. But remember, both the globals were actually down, so they weren't really able to really react to that dragon that they kind of figured was going on. They didn't have vision, but they guessed fairly well. And they had a little bit of vision. There was the red ward and the banana bush up there towards mid, but that's really it. They did see everyone disappear from the bot lane and the mid lane. They didn't really know where the Lee Sin was. DJ Swindler, jumping around as Lee Sin as usual, has been able to stay out of the vision of Beach Kings for quite a while now, and now that pink ward is down the bot bush, he's looking for a lane gank.
Yeah, he knows it's clear now. Knows they don't have vision now, so has potential now to really pull something off here.
Yeah, but we also see Merlunia working around the spot lane as well. He's behind his turret. They likewise another pink ward getting cleared out. DJ Swimmer jumps in though. Matsing Zenith Blades on the Killstreak, but he drops very quickly. Bubble now into Lollicast. He should go down. No, he doesn't. He's way too close to his turret for that. But
yeah.
The Requiem is back available now, and the teleport is about a minute off of cooldown as well, I believe. So it looks like Beach Kings might look to add a little more global pressure once both those are back up. And if Catfight decides to force down this turret, they still have the Requiem to answer with if a fight will break out. Both of the bot laners actually for Beach Kings recalled there. They realized that Catfights weren't really pushing quite yet. Now they are, and the turret should drop fairly low with this push since they're not there to answer. It might even go down.
Yeah, but even though Elise has died 3 times and Malphite's only died once, look at the CS here. At least now 15k gold, 15 CS lead, so she's still keeping up in CS. But meanwhile, big fight from down here. Lee Sin getting caught up, not having nowhere to go, just too much CC. Gets blown up there thanks to Jarvan, Karthus, and Leona.
Yeah, Lee Sin, the blind muck, not really able to get out there. Actually, Matsing is caught out now by Killstreak, and he's found him in the jungle. This should be a free kill. No one's around to answer. Flash forced out of Matsing. He goes towards his own team. Killstreaking is still spotted by that ward though at the blue buff, and he is caught out. No, he should be able to get out of this. Cataclysm is available. Perfect 2-man bubble there from Foxy. He should be able to save his team. But no,
Leona comes out.
Cataclysm goes down. Flash force from Foxy, and they will get out again safely. Hopefully. Maybe.
Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. That little tower does go down now. Jace did a good job picking that up. So that's the first tower of the game going to Catfights. So Catfight's really starting to pull ahead here.
Yeah, and you mentioned that CS lead that was there for Captain Skills in the top lane. A lot of that is to do with just the range advantage that he has over Malphite. And now that he is 0-3, that's a lot of diminishing return on kills, even if he does continue to get ganked. So it's why we haven't seen any return pressure up there after those 3 kills quite yet. Merlonio is getting his red buff right now. Looks like we haven't engaged on the bot lane. Matthew cut out. He goes down very quickly. Manny is actually in the middle of the fight. He gets condemned away. And we have a teleport coming in. Unstoppable Force. Almost very quick kill onto Foxy. Killstreaking going almost down. Just a 1-for-1 so far. Requiem should pick that up.
Oh, but the nice shield there.
Safeguard just enough to keep his AD carry alive. They're going to have to back off and let this turret go, though. They do have the siege minion there, so Logos should be able to finish that off.
Yeah, very nice job there. The unstoppable force and teleport came down so quick that they saw it coming, but they just couldn't get away in time.
But remember, that's both of the globals used at the same time again. They can't force that pressure anytime soon. Even though the turret is gone now, they can't, like, if a dragon fight breaks out or something, they can't immediately join the fight with that ultimate or a teleport just to aid their team members. If they get caught out in the next 3 or 4 minutes, they're caught out and they're going to die if they don't have another summoner available. Merlinio going on to Captain Steels in this top lane though. He eats a cocoon in the face and Captain Steels should get away, but the red buff slow is on. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Jugga Joxel getting cut out, hammers the Matsing away. Solar Flare goes down, the slow is now out. Ace in the hole, boom, headshot, no, Jagga will get away safely. Very low health though, no Requiem available to finish off the kill. And he will back off, go heal up, and also Captain Skill is doing the same thing from the top lane after that little trade with Jarvan.
Yeah, like, I feel like maybe with all those goals, they might have needed to wait just slightly on using this. Wait for this dragon to respawn and then put the pressure on, because then they could have, after cleaning up catfights here, they could have maybe try to do an objective.
And that mid turret was also about to go down there, but Foxy actually did use the tidal wave. Now the bubble onto Kenlin Jones, a kick back. That's a Malphite though. I'm not sure that's the target you want. Kick back to the scene. Manny taken very low. He'll go down to the skies. Merlonio now getting melted very quickly. Jugga actually eating a lot of damage from the Karthus corpse. Killstreaking going very deep here, eating a couple turret shots, but that's a 3 for nothing. That should be another mid turret for catfights.
Yeah, catfights really starting to snowball over here. Actually have a 6k gold lead now, so they're really starting to snowball. So
That's a call by a bubble.
Really start to
people. DJ Swimmer going down to a turret shot. Vayne finishing off the kill on Leon. Killstreaking taking very low. Actually, another kill. An ace coming out. Almost 2 delayed there. Killstreaking wants to get out very quickly, though. A lot of these people are respawned and looking for him. He will recall safely. Turret will go down in the mid lane. The second one in that lane for catfights, and they'll look to back out here very quickly. As 3 members, actually an EQ combo. Even the flash used. Merlonio ED, cocoon to the face. The Cataclysm was available, but he decided not to use it just yet. Looking for another combo. Should jump on the Captain's Skills or not.
Yeah, realizing that the other members of Beach Kings here were probably just a little too far away, decided not to go in on there.
Yeah, that turret.
They're gonna.
Yeah, that turret right there is gonna go down here. That will be the second of the game. Jarvan caught by a bubble. He'll melt there. One more auto attack from Jugga finishes that off.
So looking at let's look at the items here a little bit. Look, we got Vayne going with that standard Rune King build, actually going into a Zeal. It's going to be turned that into a Phantom Dancer, so obviously getting a lot of movement speed and attack speed, because with attack speed, like, she's one of the champions that benefits a lot from attack speed currently. With her, if I could select her, I believe it's Silver Bolts is what it's called. Silver Bolts. With her passive ability, every third strike that she does, it's going to do more and more damage. So getting a lot of attack speed, getting a lot of those silver bullet stacks is going to do devastating amounts of damage. Definitely with how, since they have a tanky, or not tanky, but tinkish, let's say, tinkish Elise coming up here. Actually, she bought 2 Giants belts there, so actually did a miss by forced to sell that second Giants belt.
Yeah, I missed that second Giants belt by. It looks like Captain Skill is going towards Riley's Crystal Scepter. He already has a lot of that magic pen in there from the Haunting Eyes and the Sorcerer's Shoes as well. So a lot of magic pen. It really just works well with Elise. She has some % health damage against a team that's already building a fair amount of health. You have the Karthus. Matsing actually getting jumped on by the Lee Sin here. Now Merlonio's caught out. A bunch of back and forth damage going down already. Unstoppable Force and Solar Flare used to finish off Jugga there. Now Zenith Blade on the DJ Slimmer. Matsing getting a lot of damage from the Vayne. Demacia, Merluno is getting melted for using the ultimate. Kenlin Jones might go down here as well. Double kill for Killstreaking. Triple kill onto the Karthus. He's running through the Karthus corpse there. And the Requiem comes down, a quadra kill. No, not a quadra. DJ Swindler finishes off that kill. That's a 4 for 1. They might even take the inhibitor turret off this. Possibly a delayed Quadra.
Oh my goodness, an ace! Oh my goodness.
That is a very delayed Quadra from kill streaking as an ace. 5 for 1. Inhibitor turret should go down, but they have no minions to push it with. They're all very low health. They can't even face tank it right now.
Yeah, I feel like they might go out, try to clear out some of Beach King's jungle here. Actually, just gonna wait for the minions and push this middle tower here.
They might not look to push it. They already have 4 respawns in. They're very low health and they don't have a lot of minions to push with. This is only 20 minutes in, so even though that, I think that's the second ace that Catfights has already gotten onto Beach Kings, and they haven't really been able to do anything else with it. They got a few turrets. They actually have a sizable gold lead now. It's almost 10,000 here at 21 minutes, but they can't. The death timers are just way too short for them to really push an inhibitor off of quite yet. 4th turret of the game going down the bot lane now for Catfights. 4-2 now after that. But Foxy caught in the mid lane. He should go down for this. A good bubble into Manny, but that's a lot of damage already going down. Ignite should finish that off.
Somehow she lives. Wow.
Ow. I actually thought Foxy got ignited there, but he actually threw his own ignite onto the Jarvan, and he got out really safely there. Red buff almost took him down, but he'll be able to back off. No Requiem quite available to finish that off, and he'll go back. Sonic Wave resonating straight onto Merlinio. A little harass damage right there. Captain Skill is also getting dropped low at the top lane. That's Unstoppable Force. Oh, that's a dead spider. Squashed by the Unstoppable Force and that solid rock in the top lane. 3rd turret of the game now for Beach Kings. 4-3 in turrets, 36 to 27,000 gold. Still a big lead here for Catfights though.
Yeah, it's a 12k gold lead. They got some wardens going on to Baron here, so I'd be looking to try something there here soon while they're recalling, getting some more gold. I really feel like Beach Kings is not out of this yet, though. They haven't had a solid team fight now to pull off the Wombo combo that they have. So they need, I feel like they just need to group up, stay safe, have some safe wards up, see where they're going, and do an engage on, well, not an engage on them, but try to stay together, because right now when they're getting picked off one by one, it seems like. They haven't really had ace when it's been a huge, like, just mashup of a whole bunch of R's going off all at once, it seems like.
Yeah, and the 1x1 picks is really what this comp of Catfights is looking for. Most of their damage is single target, apart from a few AoE abilities like the bubble and the tidal wave, the poke from Jace, but the rest of it is single target. Vayne has to stick to one target at a time to get all the Silver Bolt procs. Lee Sin is mostly single target. He flashes for a kick now. He doesn't quite get it. He actually gets knocked out by a flag department. Demacian to 3 members. Karthus splashes into the middle. A lot of damage going down. Manny taken down first. DJ Splinter will drop to the Requiem. Actually, just the 1-for-1 so far, but a lot of blinking health bars all over the place. Kill streaking, almost taking down the Kenlin Jones here. He might actually still die to the AoE from the Sunfire Cave here. Cheese Wheel finishing him off. 2-for-1. Actually, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Yeah. Not even picking up kill there, but even though that was a 2v2 there, it's actually better for Beach Kings because they were behind. They're realizing, wow, we can still pull this off. We have the team fight ability. Now we just gotta keep doing what we're doing, like we did that.
Kenlin still has Unstoppable Force. He's looking for an engage.
Oh, barely.
Oh no, Captain Skills and Foxy are both very low, looking to get away from this. Good bubble on the Jarvan, but Kenlin still has a speed advantage over Foxy. He'll still get this kill. Sunfire Cape still taking on the Foxy, red buff as well. Foxy goes down. And that's, I believe that was a 4-for-2 overall in favor of Beach Kings. The gold lead now down to about 8,000 after all that.
At one point, I believe they had a 11.5k gold lead for Catfights now. So dropping out for 8k gold lead definitely in their favor. So they're still in this. They can still crawl back from this. Just keep up what they're doing with getting these good team fights going on. And we should have a, I mean, they're still very, obviously they're still behind, but they can still win this.
Yeah, I want to kind of go down to the items now that we have a very tiny actionless window here. We haven't had a whole lot of them. Rally is finally completed onto release. Actually, both junglers opting for the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. They need to add more damage to their team, along with a little bit of extra tankiness. It looks like DJ Swindler going for a possible Warmogs right there with that giant belt and the ruby crystal. Madsen cut out though, and he might get away. Yeah, he
looks like he'll get away.
Anyway, Black Cleaver, Man Immune, I believe that's around 672 stacks on the mana right there. So that should be a Merman fairly soon. Bloodthirster almost finished around. I think that's the third dragon of the game here for cat fights as well. Tidal Wave going out, and it will hit absolutely no one.
Yeah, I feel like cat fights, I mean, they've had this gold lead for a while now. I feel like they should have had a Aegis or possibly even a Bulwark now done just to help absorb a lot of this magic damage. I mean, Malphite, Leona, Karthus, a lot of that's all magical damage. I even believe, let me double check there, I'm pretty sure Jarvan's Cataclysm is magic damage also.
No, it's physical. Oh, we have a double force onto them. Solar Flare as well, catching out 2 members. Both Killstreaking and Foxy dropping barrel. If Killstreaking goes down, the Vayne is down. There should be a 1 fight for Beach Kings. Manny getting very low here. DJ Swimmer jumping around. Actually, Execute going onto Lollicast. Captain Still is caught up by a Cataclysm. Mossy onto him. 2 down now. 2 for 2. Actually, 3 for 2. Double kill now for the Jace. The Requiem comes out. And no one going down for that Cheese Wheel. Actually, at 3 for 3 now. 4 for 3. 4 for 4. Only the Lee Sin, both the junglers are alive after all this, but he should get away safely. Nothing coming after that fight though. Actually, the top lane, the minions might even drop that turret after all this. That's a giant minion stack up there. Bunch of casters taking that turret down. Slowly but surely it might go down. No, it won't. I'm wrong.
It's alright though. But they still did do good damage. I mean, they brought it, I'm pretty sure before that wave came in, it was at full HP, so it brought down almost a half, so that was a huge wave there.
Anyway, back to the items. Vayne now with Phantom Dancer, and actually the Infinity Edge finished after that fight. Shirelli is onto Nami as well, getting a lot of speed in there with her passive. Now the Frozen Heart and Randuin's both completed on Beach Kings. That is a lot of counter to Vayne right there. A lot of attack speed debuffs. If she even attacks Jarvan once in the middle of a fight, she's going to have a huge attack speed debuff on her. Along with the Ground Slam and the Frozen Heart from Malphite, that's exactly what you need against the Vayne to shut her down. The Rod of Ages was only completed a few minutes ago on the Karthus, so it's only about half stacks right now. That was actually a fairly late Rod of Ages into this game. Bloodthirster and Zeal on the Caitlyn. Now Matsing is caught out half health already.
Yeah, they're going hard engage on him now.
Tidal Wave comes out. Matsing dropping very low. Throws the Solar Flare down. He drops. 3 hits on Manuel dropped him. I'm so slow.
Coming out everywhere.
Double kill for the Caitlyn. 3 for 2 in favor of Beach Kings. Fox is going to drop down here. 4 for 2. Merlonio on a rampage after that, and they might even be able to push some turrets off this. This is now 28 minutes into the game. Respawn timers are a lot longer now than they used to be 10 minutes ago. DJ Swinner actually gonna get away because he's Lee Sin, the blind monk.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
second turret in this mid lane.
Inner middle turret here fairly easily. I mean, Lee Sin can get some poke in, but I don't think there's a way he's gonna be able to stop this. So they're gonna get this. I go back, and I don't think they'll do Baron because they're too low, and other members of Catfights are going to be coming up here shortly.
Yeah, and after that long fight, actually Beach Kings won. They still have both of their globals available. Requiem wasn't even used in that fight. I'm not even sure if it was off of cooldown. They could have actually won the fight even harder if they had used those. And the fact that they didn't just means that they're going to have so much more presence in this fight as well. They brought the gold lead down to 7,000, and even though it's still a fairly big lead for this point in the game at 29 minutes, they're pulling out their team composition really well against the Vayne. They're wombo comboing their ults together, so the gold lead doesn't really matter for cat fights. They're just getting blown up one after the other in these fights. And the Beach Kings are just playing this very well.
Yeah, I mean, they had a huge deficit there, but they're actually showing that they are not giving up yet. Definitely crawling back into this game. Some things going off. Looking to see if they can get Beach Kings' blue here.
And remember, the later we go into this game, the less a gold lead like that means. Especially if we end up going another 10 or 20 minutes or so, it means that that percentage of lead is going to be that much smaller, and it's going to mean a lot less, especially once they can continue to keep comboing all these ultimates together. Again, Requiem was not used in that last fight. It's still available. Actually, I think everything is available on both sides pretty much. A couple flashes missing off of each team, but that's about it. Oh, Kentman Jones almost caught out in that tri-bush there, but he just barely backed off. That means there's, no, I was about to say there's no smite, but he's not the jungler right now. He's actually the top layer. He used to be the jungler. If you were here in the last week, you saw him
I was
jungler on Jarvan and Amumu in that jungle. No. Oh, actually a huge poke onto Lollicost there. I think that was just one shock blast that took him down that low. I could be wrong, but that was one poke on the Caitlyn. It took her down to a third health. That Jace, he has a Bloodthirster, a Mirror Mana, almost the Last Whisper, and a Black Cleaver in his inventory right now. That's a lot of damage from a shock blast.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like this is the wisest choice though from Catfight. Trying to push on them now with this inhibitor. I feel like right now they should be trying to get in their jungle, trying to kill the gold, try to get that control lead they had, maybe even possibly get into drag. But here comes Unstoppable Force.
They're getting melted already. Tidal Wave comes out. Nothing really followed up here quite yet. Kentman Jones taking a lot of damage. Solar Flare on the two people. No stuns though. Matsing jumps into the middle of the fight. He'll go down. Demacia onto 4 members. They're getting melted by the AoE from Karthus. Unstoppable Merlonia now. Killstreaking takes down Matsing. That's only the support. Merlonia almost going down as well. The bubble might finish him off. Ignite onto Merlonia. But already it's a 3 for 2 in favor of Beach Kings. Foxy Alpha now going down. Lee Sin the only one surviving that fight. If there was a Requiem there, he would have finished off Lee Sin, but decided to keep it once again. They still won the fight without using either of their globals, and they would get an inhibitor turret off of this.
Yeah, they should easily be able to get this inhibitor turret off. But we got a whole 15 seconds even before Elise gets up, and we got another 15 seconds after that before another gem comes up. So it's just Lee Sin up. So should be able to get this, maybe even the inhibitor, depending on since Caitlyn is up, might be able to get that also.
Yeah, they'll definitely be able to get the inhibitor, or not. They're going to back off. No, Captain Skills did respawn there. He actually does not even have the home guard boots yet, so he's not able to run out and catch that Caitlyn before she gets away. Dragon just spawned, however, and Catfights might look to take that as quickly as possible before Beach Kings can return to it. Kentman Jones still low health. He has not backed off yet, but really no one's in position to catch him right now. Looks like Catfights is looking to get a little more vision control on this Baron now. Matsing working around here as well, looking just to put down a few wards. No pink wards, no oracles, I believe, on either team right now. So they can't really counter any vision that goes down. DJ Swindler doesn't even know that he's on top of the ward right now. And Matsing, okay, now they know.
Yeah, Catfights, I think they're feeling a little desperate now, realizing that they're starting to throw this a little bit. Will actually get the
Baron. Stop the force with 3 members. Demacia only onto 1 member. Killstreaking getting very low here. He's getting taken down fairly quickly. Almost, that's actually 2 kills. He will be the 3rd kill of this fight for Beach Kings. Condemning away the Jarvan. That's actually 2 kills. A shutdown onto Killstreaking, just barely surviving this fight here. Manny getting very low. And actually Killstreaking will go down to the Requiem here. It's a ace for 3 in favor of Catfights. Mass pings onto the inhibitor turret. Only 2 available left to take it. They're both extremely low after that fight, though. They do have the Baron, and they should be able to get regen before anyone respawns. And they will take the inhibitor off this eventually, hopefully, if they don't back off again.
Yeah, I mean, they have 10 seconds before Leona's up. Leona's not the biggest threat, but then it's another 10 seconds after that before Caitlyn gets up. But should be able to get this fairly easily. Should be able to get both the inhibitor tower and the inhibitor here.
Yeah, and most importantly, this is the inhibitor down in the lane where they had the exposed inhibitor themselves. Now a giant stack of minions in the top lane. They won't look to take that fight. They might not look to take that fight yet. Jugga is going up in that direction. A lot of minions, but everyone on Beach Kings is now up. So they will have... Oh, actually teleport coming in for them right now. And nothing coming out of that. Really just... security to defend that turret. Jugga might get caught out here though. Matsing is walking right into him, puts a ward on top of him. Solar Flare comes out, slowing him down. He will get locked up here. No one else really to follow up with damage though after all that lockdown. Jugga should be able to get away from this. Though actually the Cataclysm is available right now and he uses it. Demacia to jungle. Tidal Wave comes out, knocks him into the air. Actually Jugga takes him down after all that. Now Captain Skills and DJ Swindler having to disengage after all of that. Jugga taken very low. He still has the Baron buff on him, so he'll be able to regen up. Actually, it looks like DJ Swindler ate something back in the face there. I totally missed what hit him. But everyone
Yeah.
is low now again on catfights, and
And Nami, I don't know if it's just a tradition in these tournaments or not, but y'all were talking about how last week Nami made a bunch of plays, but that was a huge play by Nami, saving that Jace there. Man,
oh, we have a flash on Killstreak. Killstreak actually very quickly takes out Manny there. It was a flash exhaust that Manny used on top of the Vayne, and Killstreak reacted quickly, condensed stunned him onto the wall, and pretty much got a free kill. Free kill, 2 summoners out of Manny, and 45-second death timer. And now a free dragon. For a second it looks invisible on my screen, but yeah, dragon going down. I believe that's like the 4th or 5th dragon now for catfights.
Yeah,
4th.
I think you're 4th.
I think it's 4th, yes. Anyway,
Yeah.
Killstreaking taking out this blue buff here away from the Karthus now that he's down. Requiem is available once again. Teleport still got way more than half its cooldown left. And it looks like Catfights is looking to pressure this bottom lane 2nd tier turret now that the inhibitor is down in the mid lane.
Yeah, I should be able to get this turret fairly easily now. Might actually try to push this tower, because since these middle minions here are pushing, might distract some of the members that try to protect these Nexus towers here.
Yeah, they don't really want to take it quite yet. They've already eaten a lot of bad engagements under turrets so far. They don't really have Foxy available. He just respawned and he's been making his way in this direction. He actually just popped his oracles right now. That's the first of the game, I believe. A little unusual for being 36 minutes in. I don't think Massing has had his own either. They've just really been relying on pink wards to clear out each other's vision. And, yeah. First of the game, DJ Slender invading the red buff should hand that over to Killstreaking as a double buff Vayne now. No triple buff. She did actually lose. Oh, final hour popped on the Kevin Jones. He's going to take a very low. Double man, unstoppable force. Killstreaking actually eating another solar flare. He's taken very low in this fight. He'll go down, especially to the Requiem. He'll drop very quickly. Killstreaking drops. Merlonio actually getting taken down as well. Now that Massing is down. Juggerjoxel just dunks onto that Karthus. Holocaust getting finished off here as well. Merlonio the only one alive on this team, and Killstreaking the only one dying on catfights. Juggerjoxel looking for extra damage here. Now they're pinging onto the Nexus turrets. They don't really want to bother pushing the 2nd inhibitor in. They have plenty of minions, and 1 super minion, 2 super minions here to take out these Nexus turrets. Only Merlonio left to defend. He'll go down very quickly, and this should be the game.
Yeah, and I'm feeling this game. Catfights did a good job there. They were starting to throw it a little bit there, but then they recuperated, realized that they can't just do a straight up team fight. You have to roam around a bit, catch the people off guard, and use their team composition to win this game. So congratulations, Catfights. Now they're going to the finals now against Westside, I believe, right?
They are going to the final best of 3 against Westside. Westside once again making it to the final. We'll see if they can make it in their final week in this tournament against Catfight Slow Motion Classic. That's it.